Hello, Charlie.
Hey, so you're the cleaning lady, huh?
Yes, I am. Surprisingly, because I'm not such a great cleaner in life, but yes, I am on the show.
You are the cleaning lady on the show, which is on Fox and started on January 3rd already. So I would like to know, how did you get this role?
I auditioned. I had an audition and then a callback that went very well. I was myself. I enjoyed the scenes and the writing, and I just had a blast, going there. I love going in the room, doing audition in the rooms. Now it's changed with, we're all like on tape, like doing what we're doing now. So it's changed the dynamic. But at the time, it was right before the pandemic hit. So
yes.
I was able to be there and then feel the room. And yeah, this is how it started.
Yeah, one of the difficulties, I believe, is this whole thing was filmed during the pandemic. Is that correct?
Yes. Oh, yes.
So it must be so different than all those other series you have done before.
Oh, the world has changed, so we needed to adapt. And luckily, we had a very strict protocol with testing, with our masks, etc. So we managed, I don't know how we managed to go through the 5 months, and we never stopped production, which was amazing. Yeah.
But I bet it's going to be an amazing outcome. In the cleaning lady, your name is Thony, Thony. How do you pronounce that?
Thony,
right?
Cambodian.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask you. Is that a traditional Cambodian name?
It is, yes. My aunt, one of my aunt, who are my dad's cousins, who I consider my aunt. That's her name. When I booked the part, initially it was Reina, I think. Reina.
Yes,
so it was a Filipino name. But then they told me that I had the part and wanted to embrace my background. So immediately I called Melissa. I'm like, the first thing we need to do is change,
the name.
My name. So I gave them a list of all of my aunts and cousins, but I love Thony. I almost called my daughter Thony.
Seriously,
I love my aunt, and I think also it's kind of I don't know. I love this. You don't know if
it's extremely unique. Yeah, that name is extremely unique. At first, I'll be like, you know what? I'm not so sure how am I supposed to pronounce that, because I don't want to pronounce that incorrectly. Thony, so that was correct.
Thony, yes.
Okay, yes. Great. Yeah. And then you did mention, since your dad is Cambodian, you do embrace lots of Cambodian heritage. And in this specific, the cleaning lady, besides the name, there are some things that was changed due to the Cambodian culture, like holding the Buddha's, little sculpture. Yes. Yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it's the same. It's like they asked me what would I have in my room, in Thony's room, where, and I said, I've always grown with this little Buddha, and because most of my family they're Buddhist, so we have this little wooden carved Buddha. So I wanted that, and I wanted her to have faith in some sort of faith, and I think that would really reflect her identity and background at the same time, because Thony's going through so much, and she's got the necklace as well, which is very typical of the Cambodian one, like the black one. So we had that, and so yes, they paid attention to those details, and I'm very glad.
I was very shocked, like how detail oriented it actually went into, especially to the Cambodian culture. That back to your life. So in the cleaning lady, you are a mother with a kid that has disease, and then your husband is gambaholic, so you have to take on this cleaning job to kind of be at the border side of being justified or being illegal, right? And I know in real life you actually went to in real life you did go to law school, right?
Yes, I did.
So if you were really in the situation where you're desperate, but at the same time you really need to help your family, what would your choice be?
I think, I don't know, you know, I'm a mother, so I can completely relate to what Tony's going through. She does everything she can, even if it means crossing, you know, the line of, you know, following the law or not. She does it because she has to. And I think I would go to the moon if I had to save my daughter from anything. I would give my life, you know. And I think any parent or anyone who has a loved one would. Oh, I've lost the connection, I think. But anyway, I don't know if you can still hear me.
Yes, I can still hear you perfectly.
Okay, yeah. So I think anyone who has a loved ones or a child could relate to that, and I would give my life. That's it.
Yeah, and you did mention about resilience, that word. Okay, many times in some other interviews. How does resilience resemble into the cleaning lady and in your life? What are some similarities that actually intertwine together?
I think I do have this in my DNA.
Yeah.
I think it comes from my parents, my mother for different reasons than my dad. My dad is a political refugee, you know, so immigrant coming to France after a genocide, and he had to adapt to a new life. He had to. My mom is a very resilient woman as well. She's had a lot as well. So I've had that for free, I think, growing up, being conscious of it. And I am someone who always, you know, I always carry on no matter what. This is, you know, I think I do have this. And but I've never had to face extreme situations like they've had to, my parents, or like Tony is. But this is something I can put in my art because I can organically, comment dire, I respond to it. I know it. You know.
My last question for you, since the cleaning lady is on already, and of course we hope there's going to be more and more and more of the cleaning lady coming over, and you did mention your dad was a political refugee, and somehow you move all the way to United States to continue your acting career. So to me, you are in sort of like an immigrant to a completely new environment, to try something new, right? So if that's the case, since that is the case, how would you recommend, or is there any suggestion, lifelong suggestion that you want to give to any of the Asian female immigrants about their life in terms of your own, like your own spiritual or experience?
You know, I think I think that's something that I got from my parents is, you know, it's have goals.
Yes.
And work hard to you know, to achieve your goals. But I really don't feel like I'm in a position to give any specific, you know,
suggestions.
Like advices. I do have something to say though. It's the first time being embodying a character that is of a Cambodian background. You know, my native, my mother tongue is French.
Yes.
I moved to the US. I'm on broadcast TV. I embody someone who's from a Southeast Asian background, and I'm proud. I'm proud of that. So I would say, girls and boys, be proud of your origins. You know, and everyone has his place and in his own voice, and so we can all be there and share, and you know, share who we are. So I just want to say that I'm proud that I can portray that on a fiction, in a fiction on for Fox on broadcast TV. So
yes, but even though that's a fiction TV series, but that does resemble a lot of inside feelings and proudness, and even some of the different ideas that Southeastern culture has influenced almost everyone's life, even for now or in the future. Thank you so much, Melody. Wish you all the best. I'll talk to you again. Bye.
Thank you. Take care. Happy New
Thanks.
Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.